Kerry in their pre-match warm-up here at Fitzgerald Stadium in Killarney on this glorious afternoon for their meeting with Wexford in Division 2A of the Lidl Ladies National Football League. The Kerry side will be captained from full-back by Aisling Desmond of Rathmore. Half-backs include Kaylee Cronin at centre-half. At midfield, Lorraine Scanlon joins Niamh Carmody. Leading the attack, Shifra O'Shea, the team's top scorer, while Hannah O'Donoghue has been chosen at full forward for a Kerry side jointly managed by Declan Quill and Dara Long. Their opposition here at Fitzgerald Stadium Killarney have made a long trip up from Wexford. They'll be looking for their first win of the league campaign. Captained from centre-half forward by Aisling Murphy. Key players further back the field include Ciara O'Riordan, Clara Rochford, Clara Donnelly, Ciara Banville and Roisin Murphy. Aoife Cullen plays at full forward. The throwing time at Fitzgerald Stadium in Killarney for this Lidl Ladies National Football League tie between Kerry and Wexford is at 1 o'clock. The match this afternoon will be refereed by John Devlin of St. Fursey's in Galway. 1 o'clock the starting time. Glorious day in Killarney for the meeting of Kerry and Wexford. Fitzgerald Stadium in Killarney looking very well here this afternoon on the bright sunshine that sprays overhead at Killarney for this little Division 2A League football encounter between Kerry and Wexford. Kerry getting in some last moment preparations before the start of this afternoon's game. Word coming through of one late replacement on their starting selection. Niamh Ní Chonaic wearing the 22 jersey comes into the starting selection in place of Anna Galvin in the half-forward line. Further back, the starting selection, Aisling Desmond is at full back. Half-backs, Aisling O'Connell, Kaylee Cronin and Court Lynch. Lorraine Scanlon teams up with Niamh Carmody at midfield. Siofra O'Shea leads the attack. Hannah O'Donoghue plays at full forward. Meanwhile, switching our attention to the Wexford starting selection. And they have a number of changes late on in their team. Coming into the side, we have Sarah Murrigan, who replaces Katie Sludds in goal. Also coming into the team, we have Aisling Halligan, Sarah Harding-Kenny, and also top scorer Amy Wilson from Castletown, Liam Melius. Match referee this afternoon is from Galway. That's John Devlin from the St. Fursey's Club. He's taking charge of this Division 2A League football encounter as we pause for the playing of the national anthem. Kerry already assured of qualification from Division 2A for the semi-finals next weekend. Not so for Wexford. They've been struggling over the last couple of outings, and they'll be hoping for an improved performance at Fitzgerald Stadium in Killarney today. Wexford, for their part, had a narrow loss to Clare, 12 points to 1 goal in 8, but then suffered a heavy defeat at Wexford Park at home to Meath last weekend. So one late change on the Kerry starting selection. Niamh Ní Chonaic is the player that comes in to the starting team wearing the number 22 jersey. Kerry, warm favourites here to win their third match on the trot in the Lidl Division 2A National Football League campaign. Going well for them under the captaincy of Aisling Desmond. Her counterpart today is Aisling Murphy at centre half forward. Our perch this afternoon is opposite the stand at Fitzgerald Stadium in Killarney. Kerry will be playing right to left as we view it in towards the country goal end in the opening 30 minutes of a match that's about to get underway here with a match referee from the St. Fursey's Club in Galway, John Devlin. And underway we are, 60 minutes of competitive action ahead of us here. Early possession is for Kerry. That's won by Niamh Carmody. Losing out, and Wexford looking for an early attack for them. They'll be looking for a bright start to this match here. They are outsiders. On we go, Amy Wilson. Wilson has earned a free here. Amy Wilson has done well in this league campaign so far. She is their top scorer with a contribution of 1 goal and 6 points. Wexford this season managed by Paul Carty Wexford so looking for the first point, and this should be within the range of the free taker Amy Wilson. Left booted effort, she's hit this one fairly well, but in the end it's just tailed. It's right and wide. The opening wide of the afternoon falling the way of Wexford. This is the Division 2A League football encounter for you from Fitzgerald Stadium in Killarney. Possession is for Kerry, and that's Murphy in defence that has won the free, namely Ciara Murphy. Plenty of support now as going on the counter-attack. Niamh Carmody for Kerry. Kerry fresh from a very fine win against Clare last weekend. That over the road at Austin Stack Park in Tralee, winning that one 4-13 to 3-11. A very high scoring game. Kerry are looking for a bright start here. The opportunity beckons, ball inside. Here's the centre half forward, denied by the goalkeeper. The initial passage of play revolving very much positively around Louise Nimera-Hurtig. There was no advantage going the way of Kerry, and so John Devlin has decided that he's going to have a free. For a moment there may have been a penalty, but anyhow it's going to be a free, and this free is for Kerry as we have a pause in play as there is an injury here in the glorious sunshine that we are experiencing at Fitzgerald Stadium in Killarney. Match official John Devlin just checking with his umpires as to whether any yellow card or anything like that or sanction will be called upon. Many late changes on the Wexford starting selection, by the way. Amy Wilson is in from the start, as are players such as Aisling Halligan and also Sarah Harding-Kenny, while starting in goal today is Sarah Murrigan, who came on in the second half last week at Wexford Park. We're still awaiting the opening score of the afternoon here. We're maybe 3 minutes into the opening half, but we have this stoppage. Kerry managed this season jointly by Declan Quill and Dara Long from the Cairns O'Rahillys and Austin Stacks Club respectively. Also heavily involved we have Niamh Enright, Debbie Hannon, Geraldine O'Shea, Anna Marie O'Donoghue from Cremane, Cassandra Buckley, Gary Kazan and Rory Dial, who plays and from Finook St. Senans. The player that possibly been warmed up the far sideline for Kerry is Daniel O'Leary from the Rathmore club, but thankfully Shifra O'Shea is back on her feet, but I'm not so sure she will play any further part in this match. She will be a big loss to Kerry. 3 goals and 7 her contribution so far in this National League campaign. Back with the action, play to resume with his free. If this goes over, it'll be the first point of the afternoon at Fitzgerald Stadium in Killarney. Louise Nimera-Hurtig, and a tasty footballer that she is. Lovely score. So as a result of the departure through injury of Shifra O'Shea, it's Emma Deneen that's on for Kerry. The early part of this league encounter with Wexford here at Fitzgerald Stadium in Killarney. Wexford have plenty of options now, trying to feed it through towards their inside forward line. Namely Shireen Hamilton, Aoife Cullen and Ailish Neville will be the players looking for it. Coming through Wexford, the advantage has been allowed by the Galway referee. Certainly looking for it is Ailish Neville. In the end, it was Juliet Rochford that became involved. Wexford teasing out the defence. Aisling Murphy, the captain, suddenly to Clara Donnelly. Wexford now certainly starting the game in a much more positive fashion than the performance against Meath. They were badly overturned that day, so trying to capitalise and improve over the course of just a week, and they're doing so very well early on here. Eilish Neville, lovely ball through towards Roisin Murphy, in towards the goal, and it's been touched to the back of the net. A goal for Wexford. Well, it was positive play by Wexford that has resulted with a goal by the captain, Aisling Murphy. So suddenly it's Wexford now in front by 2 points. The goal, not against the run of play, a good goal. Kerry launching it outfield. That was from the boot of Mary-Ellen Bulger of Sutherland Gales. Kerry, the home side, holding on to possession. Niamh Carmody playing alongside Lorraine Scanlon at midfield today for Kerry, who quickly transferred through towards Nimura Hurtig. Kerry have options. Nimura Hurtig is looking for a back, or shot is in, and the goalkeeper does well. But it is going to be a free following the interception by Sarah Merrigan on the goal line for Wexford. The referee has whistled back play. It's going to be a free, and this is an opportunity for Kerry to collect their second point and close the gap between themselves and Wexford down to the bare minimum. Louise Nimura Hurtig with this opportunity to collect her second point of the afternoon at Fitzgerald Stadium in Killarney. Extra time has already scored from the opposite side of the ground, now looking to deliver a timely point for Kerry. This one stroked in towards the goal, but she hasn't found the range on this occasion, so a couple of missed opportunities for Kerry. And it's Wexford with that goal that lead by 2 points. They're anxious to get us back underway. Sarah Merrigan, little or no breeze here. Ball kicked away for Wexford, but a disappointing one in the end, and it has presented Kerry with an opportunity to restart, and caught Lynch. Caught Lynch for Kerry, feeding it through towards Niamh Nichenachur, wearing 22, but she's been on from the start. Here's Emma Deneen. Kerry looking for support options. Here's the final effort. In she goes, and is that one a tasty one? It most certainly is. Niamh Nichenachur, class point for Kerry. Wexford restarting the game, but they've given it away, and this is danger for Wexford. Nimura Hurtig is onto it. Here's the shot, and that's the goal. Louise Nimura Hurtig has capitalised on a poor goal delivery away for Wexford. We've had 2 goals here at Fitzgerald Stadium in Killarney, 1 apiece, and now suddenly it's Kerry back in front, leading by 2 points. Pressure coming on. Niamh Nichenachur is going in for Kerry, trying to attempt to win possession. In the end, going forward, it's Galvin. There is an opportunity of a point. In she goes, and straight over the crossbar. What a great score by Emma Deneen. Now Kerry are hitting form in the early part of the happenings in this Lidl Division 2A League football encounter. Sarah Merrigan will be in no great hurry, I think, to take the resulting goal kick out for Wexford. This one dropped away towards Kelly Carney. Carney has done well to gather possession despite the presence of Anna Galvin. Wexford now bringing play quite confidently towards midfield, where it's picked up by Eilish Neville. Neville for Wexford, looking for options. There is support as always coming through for Wexford as they try to prise open the Kerry defence. That last touch, the defender Ciara Murphy. It's going to be a free, a line ball pretty close to us. Wexford have it with our goal scorer and captain Aisling Murphy. Murphy forced to go well back the field of play. Keisha Janning is late on. Shifra O'Shea has been forced off injured on the Kerry team. Right now we're watching Wexford and Eilish Neville going forwards. Neville once again. Kerry defence is impressive so far in this match. The advantage has been allowed for Wexford. There was none going the way of the corner forward Neville from Michelle Malier. It's going to be a free. The free is for Wexford outside chance here of their first point to add to the goal, which would bring it down to a 2-point match. If this one goes over, it'll be a mighty thump of the ball from the free kicker, Amy Wilson. Wilson has stroked it in, but there's a tail on this one, and it's a second missed opportunity for the free taker. It remains Kerry in front, 1-3 to Wexford's 1 goal. Nice delivery away by Mary Ellen Bulger, kept in by Lorraine Scanlon. Kerry now working through the hands and coming out. The captain, Desmond, Aisling Desmond. Suddenly it arrives with Anna Galvin. Kerry now at halfway here at Fitzgerald Stadium in Killarney. Looking for options inside is Anna Galvin. Tasty ball, working it through as far as Louise Galvin. Kerry, that was a hand pass too far as Nima Hertig was looking for it. The referee has whistled up play, and it's going to be a free, quite possibly against Clara Donnelly. The free is for Kerry. Louise Nima Hertig is the player that will be entrusted with the resulting free kick as her team enjoy a 3-point lead. 12 minutes of normal time played, but we have that long stoppage as well, which saw the withdrawal through injury of Shifra O'Shea. Nima Hertig will reckon she could score this one. Here comes the effort, and a very fine delivery as well by Louise Nima Hertig. She's kicked some nice points here in Killarney this afternoon. Sarah Merrigan restarts us. We're only 24 hours away from some spectators being allowed into grounds such as Fitzgerald Stadium in Killarney. 100 for the smaller venues, but 200 for larger grounds with a capacity of 5,000 plus, which is easily within the scope of Killarney's Fitzgerald Stadium. Match referee John Devlin has called for the ball. He's going to restart it with a throw-in. Carrier out to claim it. Behind is Aisling O'Connell. Before she got to it, it's going to be a free, and this one has been dispatched towards Lorraine Scanlon. Scanlon dropping it inside, and Niamh Ní Chonaiceamh is looking to be at the end of this one. She's done well, and the final effort, though, has been sent wide. She'll be disappointed, will Niamh Ní Chonaiceamh, but at least the opening was created for Kerry, who before the start this afternoon are already qualified for the semi-final in Division 2A of the Lidl National Football League of 2021. Ball booted away by the goalkeeper Sarah Merrigan. It's available and won by Kerry, and going through Louise Nima Hertig. Nima Hertig still on the ball for Kerry. Goal on her mind and a goal taken. Louise Nima Hertig has scored her second goal of the league campaign, and it arrives here at Fitzgerald Stadium. Wexford are under pressure. That pushes Kerry now into a comfortable 2 goals and 4 points as we come up on the quarter-hour mark of the opening half. In terms of the championship, it's intermediate for Wexford this season. They're in with Westmeath, Longford and Sligo. In the senior championship, grouped together, we have Galway, Donegal and Kerry. We're back underway, and it's Wexford attempting to move in towards attack, and they certainly are going the right way about it. Letting fly in towards the goal. The goalkeeper's watching it, and she has done very well. Has Mary Ellen Bulger to bat it down into the path of Court Lynch. Kerry with full-back Aisling Desmond feeding it away. Kerry holding on to the ball, and this time with Louise Galvin. Court Lynch has managed to release it to Aisling Desmond. Kerry bringing play towards halfway, but maybe they've taken too much out of it. Anyhow, it's going to be a free. The free is for Wexford and Roisin Murphy in possession. In need of scores, and in need of scores quickly are Wexford. Ball tossed away towards the left side of the attack. Full forward looking to be the end of it. That's Aoife Cullen. It's been knocked away from her, but it is going to be possession still for Wexford, and the resulting line ball is for them at the stand side of the ground up towards Ciara Banville territory. Pinching it back are Kerry. They're playing well within themselves here in the opening 20 minutes or so of this Lidl Division 2A League football encounter as they drop play towards the centre of the park, only for them to lose it. Shauna Murphy for Wexford. Shauna Murphy has gained considerable ground here. Midfielder coming into it, Roisin Murphy. Nice tasty ball, working it through. Well, that was the intention, but it's still available here for Wexford. Will it all end with a point? It most certainly will. And that's Aisling Murphy that has swung it impressively over the crossbar. Playing our club football with Southern Gales is the Kerry goalkeeper Mary Ellen Bulger. The backup goalkeeper is Ciara Butler of Castle Gregory. We've had a couple of long stoppages in the opening half of this encounter, most notably to the injury relating to Siofra O'Shea, the centre-half forward on the Kerry team. Thankfully, we're about to get back underway here at Fitzgerald Stadium. Possession is with Kerry. Bulger, their goalkeeper, tries to find and does her midfielder, dropping back, Niamh Carmody. As ever, the centre-half back, Hayley Cronin, heavily involved also. Kerry are bringing play in towards the attacking side of the ground. They already have built up a nice advantage here with 2 goals and 4 points thus far in the match, claimed by Ciara O'Riordan behind for Wexford. The ball was thrown. It's going to be a free. The free is for Kerry. Niamh Nichanachur outside the scoring range. She feels Andrea Murphy was looking for it behind. In the end, coming through, Niamh Carmody. Kerry with midfielder Lorraine Scanlon. Scanlon has released a nice little ball to Andrea Murphy. She's taken too much out of it. The free going against the Kerry forward. It is for Wexford. We're on 1 goal and 1. They are a long way behind Kerry this point, but there's a lot of football to be played still here in Kerry this afternoon. Wexford bringing play forward. That's intercepted in the centre-half back position by Hayley Cronin. There was no advantage going the way of Wexford, so we're going to have a free some 35-40 yards out from the goal. Wexford dropping it short as far as their full forward line. Centre-half forward makes herself available, Aisling Murphy. Still, it's Murphy looking for an option inside. Here's the final effort. In she goes, and it's been fired over the crossbar. Clara Donnelly and co have done well here as we retire for the first water break at Fitzgerald Stadium in Killarney. It's Kerry to the good. Double scores, but it is competitive. Kerry 2-4, Wexford 1-2. On the water break, we're about to get underway here in the second quarter at Fitzgerald Stadium in Killarney in this Lidl Division 2A League football encounter between Kerry and Wexford. Play to restart for Kerry, and their goalkeeper Mary Ellen Bulger will be in possession. If she manages to get either of the balls away from the netting, which she has successfully secured. Bulger knocks it out the field of play with a good kick of the ball that was aimed towards Anna Galvin. Kerry have been dispossessed. Court Lynch has lost out for a moment or two, and it's Wexford now looking to make the most of it, and for them it's Amy Wilson. Wilson has been dispossessed. Fine play by the Kerry fullback Ashleen Desmond. Her cornerback is Julie O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan for Kerry. The Kerry team that lead here 2-4 to Wexford's 1 goal and 2 in the second quarter of this league football encounter. Wexford looking to avoid relegation bother. Kerry looking to bounce their way into the semi-final of the league with 3 wins on the bounce. Resulting free is for the visiting side, Wexford. Ball stroked in towards the full forward line, cut out by Court Lynch, an intelligent left half back on the Kerry side, although operating almost as a right full back on that occasion. Anyhow, here's Anna Galvin, release forward, and Kerry have options. Dispossessed, and somehow Wexford are coming through with Ashleen Murphy laying off a good ball for Amy Wilson, trying to be at the end of this one. Dispossessed, it's going to be a free out, the defender winning it, namely Ciara Murphy. Kerry have dropped play out the field of play. In possession, Louise Galvin. Kerry bringing play towards their half forward line, courtesy of Lorraine Scanlon, taken at the back by Wexford. They're pushing forward. Aisling Halligan is among the players in possession. In turn to Ciara O'Riordan. Halligan once again. Looking for options. Wexford putting in a very fine performance here against Kerry, who had entered the game as the overwhelming favourites. Kelly Carney away towards the stand side of Fitzgerald Stadium, coming through. Roisin Murphy. Wexford looking for something. Too much taken out of the ball as the goalkeeper had gathered Mary Ellen Bulger. It is going to be a free for Kerry, and they're quick in their dispatch of the ball, namely by the goalkeeper. And Kerry are looking to build the momentum now from the heart of their own defence to centre field and beyond. Kerry bringing play invitingly forward. There are a whole hope of options here. One of those is Anna Galvin. Was at the end of it, and she is still. Here's Anna Galvin. Nima Hertig with the support onto her right boot. Is this between the uprights? You bet it is. Louise Nima Hertig is on song at Fitzgerald Stadium in Killarney. A goal and 3 points at least now for Nima Hertig, wearing the 15 jersey, but appears to be operating at full forward. And here is the full forward trying to chip the goalie. Oh, brilliant. A second goal. Louise Nima Hertig capitalising on not a great delivery away by the Wexford goalkeeper. She's clever, is Nima Hertig, claiming her second goal in Killarney. And that now gives Kerry a very handsome lead of 3-5 to 1 goal and 2. Match official John Devlin of Galway indicating the free is for Wexford. They've released it outfield. It hasn't worked out for them. Kerry are coming through once again. Kerry in possession. And this is Emma Deneen. She is going to benefit from the free. Emma Deneen from Glenfleskin for the last while in replace of the injured Siofra O'Shea, who will be a loss to Kerry should she not be available for the league semi-final next weekend. First matters, however, relate to Louise Nima Hertig. this maybe 30-35 yards out from the goal. Will feel pretty confident about this kick, I reckon, will Nima Hertig. Drops it beautifully over the crossbar, and what a fine free taker she is on the Kerry side. She only had 1 goal and 2 to her credit before today, but in fairness, a lot of the frees before now were taken by the departed Shifra O'Shea. Back with the live action here as Wexford touch the ball down into the path of Roisin Murphy. Wexford are looking for something. They certainly have a free right now inside the closing 5 minutes or so of normal time. Some stoppage time to be allowed for as well at the end of the opening half of this Lidl Division 2A League football encounter at Fitzgerald Stadium in Killarney. Kerry leading 3-6 to Wexford's 1 goal and 2. Bringing it on for Wexford, Roisin Murphy. Murphy looking for options. They're trying to move into a scoring position with Aisling Murphy. The Wexford team this afternoon managed by Paul Carty. Wexford have it, but they're under pressure. The defence was good for a moment or two. Suddenly it's as far as Amy Wilson. Shot goes in and a goal. That is what Wexford needed. That is a beauty of a tonic. Amy Wilson. Second goal for Wexford. We've had plenty of them here in Killarney today, 5 thus far, and we're still inside the opening half of this match. Kerry regrouping in defence, and they have possession. This ball goes astray. Kerry can hold on to it, and they do. Eventually it may find its way out towards Lorraine Scanlon. The advantage has been allowed by the referee. Kerry dropping it forward, 50 metres out from the goal. Nima Hertig lays off a tasty ball, advancing towards the left here, and onto it is caught Lynch. Lynch through to Emma Deneen. Back to Nima Hertig. Mira Hertig is within scoring range. She has 2 goals, in search possibly of a third. She needs to release it quickly. But she was being impeded as she was attempting to go through on goal, and it's going to be a free for Kerry, and a Wexford player is going to be spoken with. So Wexford for them, Aisling Halligan going to the sideline. It's going to be a free. This free for Kerry. Louise Nima Hertig. Should be no bother whatsoever. Wexford just 2 players on the goal line, but the free taker for Kerry opting to go high. Sensible option. White flag to be raised, as that score brings Kerry now on to 3 goals and 7 points. Sarah Merrigan for Wexford, dropping it away out towards Ailish Neville. Unable to keep it in. It's going to be advantage to Kerry with a line ball for Court Lynch. Finding Lorraine Scanlon, and Kerry now bringing play towards the centre of the field. Kaylee Cronin looking for the return pass. This is Emma Deneen released towards Nima Hertig, spreading it towards the right hand side. Aisling O'Connell has support, and suddenly it's found its way through towards Niamh Carmody. Cut out at the end, and Wexford are happy to regroup and regain possession as they try to work it away from the immediate danger zone, as we play stoppage time at the end of this eventful opening half of the Division 2A League football encounter between Kerry and Wexford, where we've had no less than 5 goals. Wexford now pushing forward. Looking for it on the right, Ailish Neville. Wexford still holding on to it. Kelly Kearney finding her fullback, Sive McCarthy, who in turn transfers it way to the opposite side of the pitch. Testing ball inside. Kerry are equal to it, and Julia Sullivan comes thundering away. Julia Sullivan for Kerry brings play towards halfway, where she finds Emma Deneen, and Deneen is on her way. Deneen for Kerry has gained considerable ground. Now to Nimera Hertig, not quite expecting it was Anna Galvin inside. Still it's available for Kerry. Should be an opportunity of a score here, presenting itself to Niamh na Chonacur and taking it very well. The Kerry Giant managers will be happy. Dara Long and Declan Quill. Niamh na Chonacur has chipped in with some valuable points this afternoon at Fitzgerald Stadium for Killarney. But on the scoring front, the lead performer has been Louise Nimera Hertig. Ball knocked away and finding Kelly Carney. Wexford have scored 2 goals and a couple of points, but they're well behind Kerry. Well, there's a lot of football to be done. Ciara Reardon for Wexford brings play towards midfield. Shauna Murphy. Involving Juliet Rochford. Still Wexford as we play down the closing phase of the opening half of this encounter in Killarney. Kerry coming through impressively, and Coat Lynch has released it forward to Andrea Murphy. Murphy here for Kerry, gaining ground. Can she be at the end of it for a goal? The answer is yes. Who? Niamh na Chonacur. A goal right down on half time for the leaders in Division 2A, and it's a 4th goal for Kerry. Wexford restarting the ball courtesy of, on this occasion, Sarah Merrigan, but once more it's Kerry that are holding all the aces, slipping it through to Andrea Murphy, to Nimera Hertig, a pass too far, and Wexford are back in possession. Clara Donnelly up to Amy Wilson. Wilson has ahead of her Roisin Murphy. Free has been called for by Galway referee John Devlin. Wexford find themselves in possession, but a long way adrift of Kerry in this Division 2A League football encounter being played in nice sunshine at Fitzgerald Stadium in Killarney. Next up for Kerry will be, no matter what the result here, a Division 2A League semi-final outing next Sunday, possibly Saturday. On we go with the live action, and for Wexford, Juliet Rochford. Midfielder transfers it to another midfielder. That's Ciara Banville and Roisin Murphy. They were both involved. Aisling Murphy was at the end of it. Bottom line here is that it's going to be a free smack in front of the uprights and a very kickable score for Wexford. Wexford looking to close the gap on Kerry at the tail end of the opening half, and if they do so, it will be with Amy Wilson. This is likely to be the final piece of action in the opening half. Left-footed effort, you would expect a score, and it is delivered timely by Amy Wilson. There had been some doubt about her availability before the start of the match. She was listed among the substitutes, but passed the late fitness test to take her place on the starting selection as we're back underway and Kerry have the ball. And not for long, because the match referee John Devlin has called for the ball. It's half time at Fitzgerald Stadium in Killarney. It's been a very good first half for the home side Kerry, who are in command here against Wexford and lead on a half-time scoreline that is Kerry 4-8, Wexford 2-3. O'Connell has been introduced into the Kerry team for the start of the second half of this Lidl Division 2A League football encounter between themselves and Wexford. As the second half is about to get underway, it's Kerry 4 goals and 8, Wexford 2 goals and 3. That's a 9-point lead for Kerry. John Devlin of Galway is the match referee. Laura Brune has been introduced into the Wexford team, playing at midfield. So at least a couple of positional switches and new players introduced by the respective team managers as Kerry look to start this second half in a promising fashion. Deneen with a shot and Deneen with a goal. Perhaps the fastest goal of any half in this season's National Football League. Less than 10 seconds into the second half, we have a goal for Kerry. Kerry with a dream start to this second half, pushing forward in search of further scores once again. This time midfielder Niamh Carmody. Carmody laying it off to the advancing wing forward Anna Galvin. Galvin trying to get the better of 2, maybe 3 of the Wexford defenders. Nima Hertig has Deneen available inside, looking for a rapid-fire second goal. Kerry might well opt to go for a point with Lorraine Scanlon. She has been dispossessed and Wexford are trying to regain, and they do so with Clara Donnelly, the free given for the Wexford centre half-back. Kerry now, meanwhile, moving forward into the attack with Mary O'Connell. In turn, it's Daniela O'Leary. O'Leary has been fouled. It's going to be a free, and this is a kickable one for Kerry in the early part of the second half. Louise Nimura-Hertig looking to open her account in this second half, following a very fine contribution in the first 30 minutes. Nimura-Hertig should be within the scoring range of the free taker, which it is. Nicely delivered by the Cork Dufna. Corner forward on the Kerry selection as Wexford restart the play with Sarah Merrigan. Kerry have regained the ball and they have a free as well, which they're keen to take, which is in the form rather of a line ball, popped forward towards Nima Hertig. Still within 25-30 metres out from the goal, Emma Deneen. This one dropped in towards the goal, but it's gone just marginally towards the left and has been waved wide. Kerry leading comfortably, 5-9 for them. Wexford 2 goals and 3. Kerry already assured of a place in the knockout stages, and they'll fancy their chances of going very well in this Division 2 League campaign ahead of the Championship, which sees them paired in the senior group with Galway and also Donegal. Galway referee gives the free, and it is for Wexford, knocked away towards Clara Donnelly. Donnelly, Wexford's centre half back. Aisling Hannigan, one of the players looking to become engaged in the action as Wexford release it through. They could do with a goal here at the start of the second half. It might work out for them. Midfielder inside is Roisin Murphy, away towards the right, and just as Shireen Hamilton was about to accept the ball, the referee has given the free against Kerry. It's a free within maybe tap over situation for the free taker Aisling Murphy. Kerry goalkeeper Mary Ellen Bulger dropping it and calling for a couple of her defenders to join her on the goal line. Wexford looking for their first point of the second half, and it has been duly delivered by Aisling Murphy, the captain. Mary Ellen Bulger gets it away towards Niamh Carmody. The advantage not going the way of Kerry, but there is going to be a free. Free for Kerry, dropping it up towards midfield, taken by Louise Galvin. Free has been indicated for, and it's going to be for Kerry. They're dropping it through towards Kaylee Cronin. Kerry looking for an eventful ball through towards Niamh Nachanakur. This is Nimera Hertig, and that is a splendid finish. A 6th goal and a hat-trick for Nimera Hertig. Kerry motoring along very nicely at Fitzgerald Stadium in Killarney in this Division 2A League football encounter. Wexford have possession back towards their goalkeeper, namely Sarah Merrigan. She's been under considerable pressure this afternoon here, as have Wexford in this league encounter. Referee says and it judges that the ball was touched upon the ground, and anyhow Andrea Murphy and co getting it forward for Wexford. Rachel Bennett was involved. Wexford bringing play forward, and Clara Donnelly finds Shireen Hamilton. Hamilton spraying it across to the right hand side of the attack. Wexford have a few players coming through, but as ever Kerry are equal to it. The advantage is working out for the home team. Louise Galvin. Kerry quickly popping it through. Plenty of confidence about this Kerry side this afternoon. They're playing some fine football over the last couple of matches and well able to score goals. They had 3 against Meath, 4 against Clare last time out, and they've already scored 6 goals this afternoon as Kerry are pushing forward. Anna Galvin has found her midfielder Lorraine Scanlon. Popped inside towards Niamh Nachanakur. Nachanakur looking for support. Well able to hold on to it and control possession is the attacker. Kerry quickly towards Anna Galvin. Here's the final effort from the attacker, and sweetly dissecting the uprights is Anna Galvin. Wexford have restarted the action as we play 8 minutes or thereabouts of the second half, and Wexford are bringing play forward. This one sent as far as Aisling Murphy, a little bit too far. It's dealt with behind confidently by the goalkeeper Mary Ellen Bulger, sweeping it away towards Julie O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan for Kerry, slipping it out the field of play towards Sarah Murphy, one of the new players that has been sent into the game by the giant managers of Kerry, Declan Quill and Dara Long. Play has been stopped. It's going to be a line ball. The line ball is for Wexford. Rachel Dwyer has also been sent into the game as Kerry can afford the luxury of resting Louise Nimera Hertig for the rest of the match ahead of the semi-final of the league next weekend, as we watch a delightful point taken for Wexford by Kelly Carney on this occasion. Mary Ellen Bulger with her resulting goal delivery away towards Aisling O'Connell. Kerry, number 1, also back involved in the action. Aisling O'Connell returns to find herself in possession to Julie O'Sullivan. Finding Louise Galvin. Kerry are working it towards midfield and going along nicely at the moment. Onto it once again is Galvin. Galvin has an option inside, which is O'Leary. Daniela O'Leary looking for support, has that support. Speculative ball sent through right down on top of Anna Galvin, breaks away from her, and Wexford are able to deal with a potentially tricky situation. Wexford, for their part, have scored 2 goals and 5 points. 2 of those points coming in the closing half, but they're off the pace here against a Kerry team that are a grade above Wexford as things are panning out at Fitzgerald Stadium in Killarney this afternoon. Wexford, anyhow, some 35, 40 yards out from the goal. Rachel Bennett. Bennett for Wexford needs to release this one and does so as Wexford try to move the ball in towards a more potentially lucrative scoring situation from them. That one has taken a deflection and the referee has indicated there's going to be a free, and this is a free in for the visiting side Wexford. The resulting free is for Wexford as we move into the 11th minute of the second half of this Lidl Division 2A League football tie involving Kerry and Wexford. Amy Wilson teeing this one up. A Wexford team managed by Paul Carty with Leanne Delaney, Ivan Lynch, Yvonne Flynn, Michael Phelan, Billy Stafford, Anita Kennedy and Brendan Keogh also involved. The resulting free hasn't found the range. It's been flagged wide. And so we're about to get back underway, and it is going to be Kerry with possession and Bulger from Southern Gales, their goalkeeper, to restart the game in Killarney. The newest addition to the Kerry side is Quiva Evans. On we go with the action, and it's Kerry in possession with the aforementioned Evans. She tries to deliver this one through towards her full forward line. Hasn't quite worked out on this occasion as Wexford try to regroup, but they do so only momentarily as Kerry very much on song at Fitzgerald Stadium. Rachel Dwyer looking for an option inside. The referee has indicated and stopped play. It's a free for Kerry, and this to stroke over a point that would bring their tally on to a very impressive 6-11. The resulting free is for Kerry to push further ahead here against Wexford. This one has been dropped delightfully over the crossbar, and Kerry are doing exceptionally well here in this encounter. A whole host of players in on the scoring act, now including Rachel Dwyer of Southern Gales. Ciara Reardon is trying to be at the end of this one and is there as well as she manages to find Rachel Bennett. Wexford with her centre half back in possession, Clara Donnelly. This is working out okay now for the visiting side Wexford as they look for something. Kerry have 2, maybe 3 players back. They're doing ever so well back in the full back line with Julia Sullivan, Aisling Desmond and Ciara Murphy. Kerry as they have very quickly transferred the ball into the path of the advancing Mary O'Connell. Half-time replacement on the Kerry team. Very close to their starting selection berth, one would reckon, is Mary O'Connell. Kerry have possession. For a moment there was a late touch. The referee saw that one. He has awarded Kerry a free. Kerry with this resulting free should be within range for the free taker. Rachel Dwyer has kicked her second point inside just a few minutes. She'll be happy with the way she's played since she was introduced a short time ago. Confirmation, Emma Thompsons is on now for Wexford as we approach the water break in the second half of this Lidl Division 2A League football encounter. Kerry have the ball and Lorraine Scanlon. Plenty of players making themselves available, but the end result is from the boot of Emma Deneen, bouncing, and it's eventually carried out over the end line. And that is the call for the water break. It's Kerry 6-12, Wexford 2-5. Plays to restart with a goal kick out for Wexford. Three substitutes sent into the game now for Kerry. Megan O'Connell, Ella Tehan and Niamh Carney have been the players warmed up over the last little while and now sent into the action at Fitzgerald Stadium in Killarney, where we have a pause for an injury. It's Kerry very much in control here, leading Wexford handsomely 6-12 to 2 goals and 5 ahead of their semi-final of the Division 2 League campaign next weekend. They'll go pretty close in Division 2 of the league this season, one reckons, will Kerry. Wexford in possession, all the way back towards their goalkeeper, Sarah Merrigan. The one thing about Kerry this season is that they're well able to score goals. 7 before today, and they've scored 6 today. The goals so far for Kerry: 4 against Clare, 3 against Meath, and now 6 today thus far against Wexford. Wexford in possession. Kerry wisely have used their bench as well in the closing half of this match to give them plenty of game time ahead of the rest of the league and the upcoming championship matches with Galway and Donegal. Kerry have it, and O'Leary. Here's the final effort in towards the goal. That was from the boot of Ella Tehan, introduced just a moment or two ago. Wexford have regained the ball in the heart of their own defence. Booming ball down stand side, carries too much weight, and it has given Kerry back possession. This one hasn't worked out for Wexford as they go on the counter-attack, but they haven't too many players available inside, and it's easily dealt with by Ciara Murphy and co. Ciara Murphy plays her club football with MKL Gales. Megan O'Connell, one of the second half substitutions on the Kerry team. The free going against her on this occasion. It's advantage to Wexford. It At half-time, just to recap, it was 4 goals and 8 to 2 goals and 3 in favour of Kerry. Now they've built on that half-time lead to increase their lead to 6-12 to Wexford's 2 goals and 5 points. It's been a tough 7 or 8 days or so for Wexford, having slipped to a heavy defeat to Meath 7-17 to 5 points last weekend. Still, they'll be well refreshed for the Intermediate Championship, which will start in a few weeks' time. Clara Donnelly. So Donnelly for Wexford, looking for an option or two. Wexford have plenty of players inside that attacking 45, half a dozen at least. Going short to try and win it is Katrina Murray for Wexford. Katrina Murray in possession, has managed to find the advancing corner back, Ciara O'Riordan. O'Riordan cutting inside against a Kerry cover, gathering for Kerry. And gathering well is Megan O'Connell. Kerry now gathering momentum with Caoimhe Evans in turn to Ella Tehan. Niamh Kearney. Kearney looking for the return pass from Megan O'Connor, who in turn opts for Ella Tehan. Tehan drops a tasty ball inside. Just a little bit, a tad too far for Wexford. The 45 has been indicated for. It's the first 45 of the day. New players going on, Katrina Murray and Eleanor Neville for Wexford. Just 2 of the confirmed substitutions. Megan O'Connor is one of those going on for Kerry, and also Mairead Lahan as we follow the flight of the ball. And it's just drifted towards the left. Inside the closing 10 minutes of the game, it's Kerry on their way with plenty of confidence to the semi-finals of Division 2A of the Lidl National Football League. Wexford, to their eternal credit, are putting in a spirited performance here at Fitzgerald Stadium in Killarney this afternoon. This ball goes astray, but the visiting team did hold on for a very brief moment before Julia O'Sullivan came through to gather. Katie Buckley of Rathmore is also in, and she's looking for it. And here is Katie Buckley. O'Leary has set it up nicely for Megan O'Connor. Megan O'Connor for Kerry. Kerry looking for even further scores. This one has been blocked down as Wexford had a few players back on that occasion. Still, one of the biggest winning margins of the weekend in the National Football League will be recorded here by Kerry at Fitzgerald Stadium in Killarney as they round off with 3 wins on the trot against Meath, Clare and now Wexford. Kerry are going through even further with Evans. A shot goes in and the goalkeeper has seen it late on but has done enough to deal with it, and that was Sarah Merrigan. Wexford bringing the ball courtesy of Kelly Kearney. Further up down the field of play involving centre half-back Clara Donnelly. There as well was Roisin Murphy. Wexford have dropped it down towards the stand side. They look for something, perhaps a goal, and a late consolation goal could beckon here for them. The goalkeeper has seen it rather easily, Mary Ellen Bulger. Kerry bringing play to Rathmore's Aisling Desmond. It's just the winning margin now that will matter to Kerry, but before today Meath had a big scoring advantage. The calculators will be out as Kerry are looking to go through as group winners, which they will undoubtedly here this afternoon because they already won at Port Charlton in Navan in the opening round of the league campaign. The free has been given, and it is for Kerry inside the closing 6 minutes of this league football tie. Match referee John Devlin from the Galway club, that is St. Fursey's, having a word here with one or two of the Wexford defenders, and we could see a card issued there perhaps to the fullback Sive McCarthy. Injured player hopefully will be okay on the Kerry team, namely Daniel O'Leary of Rathmore. Resulting free has been knocked over the crossbar by Rachel Dwyer. Kerry now push on to 6 goals and 13 points. Wexford have held on to it with Rachel Bennett. Centre back is Clara Donnelly. Wexford are bringing play quickly towards halfway. They've benefited as well from the whistle call by referee Devlin from Galway. Kerry will be concerned about the injury by Siofra O'Shea, or to O'Shea, in the opening half, which saw her withdraw from the action. They'll be hoping that she will be okay for the semi-final next weekend. That all to be confirmed over the course of the bank holiday weekend here at the start of June. Play to restart, and it will be possession for Wexford. Clara Donnelly is in possession of the ball. The referee just having a word off the action with one or two players, one from either side. We're back underway anyhow. Wexford finding Shauna Murphy. In turn, Emma Tompkins, one of the second half substitutes, plunks it down the field of play, and Wexford have it. They're looking for something late on. Going back for Kerry is their fullback, Aisling Desmond. Last touch, the number 3 for Kerry. It's going to be a 45, and the 45 for Wexford. Linesman trotting in to indicate that the 45 can be taken from this particular spot, with Kerry leading handsomely 6-13 to Wexford's 2 goals and 5, having shot into a big half-time lead of 4-8 to 2-3. Back underway. Roisin Murphy for Wexford involved. They have players. Just a consolation goal would do nicely for them, but Kerry are not anxious to give up any ground here at Fitzgerald Stadium in Killarney, although they have given away this free. Emma Deneen has been reintroduced into the Kerry team for the tail end of the match here. 3 players on the goal line as Wexford surely will settle for the point. This one has been thumped between the uprights. Katrina Murray delivering the point late on here for Wexford as we play the closing couple of minutes of normal time of this Lidl Division 2A League football encounter. Kerry have used, and rather wisely, the opportunity to introduce a whole host of players. Mairead Lahan is one of those. She'll be looking to be at the knocking door when it comes to the team selection for the championship later on in the summer. Kerry have possession, and Ella Tehan testing ball down towards her full forward line. Unable to be at the end of it are Kerry, and Sive McCarthy was the first to it. The advantage has been played as the ball comes to Shireen Hamilton. Not quite expecting it, Rachel Bennett. Rachel Bennett for Wexford. Ball coming towards halfway, and Laura Brune. A lot of players are coming through for Wexford, including Sarah Harding-Kenny. Emma Tompkins has attempted to set this one up nicely, and it's working out okay for Wexford. There is support inside. Here's the shot in. It's easy in the end, though, for the goalkeeper, and a good goalkeeper as well, Mary Ellen Bulger. Has to be kept on her toes because Ciara Butler is the reserve goalkeeper, and she in her day is a good goalkeeper as well. As we push towards stoppage time at the end of the second half. Possession is for Kerry and Emma Deneen. Deneen looking for a way through. She's found it. Deneen is opting for a point, and a sensible call by Emma Deneen of Glenflesk, collecting another point. Sarah Merrigan is about to get us back underway with a goal kick out for Wexford, who have shown tremendous spirit here, because it can't have been easy, the passage of this game at Fitzgerald Stadium in Killarney for them. Ciara Banville for Wexford, looking for support, and in the end it's with Emma Tompkins away towards the right, and it's been cut out of the back. Kerry have a lot of players involved, including Mairead Lahan back there. This is Megan O'Connor. She's done well to keep it in play. And Kerry being hugely encouraged from the sideline as well here with this great performance of theirs in Killarney that will see them top Division 2A and top it quite comfortably. And with it, a place in the semi-final of the league. Late on, a free has been awarded for Wexford. They're looking to loosen the Kerry defence, and possibly doing so with this point in injury time. In fairness to the likes of Ciara Banville, they've never thrown in the towel here, have the Wexford players. Kerry have found themselves in possession with Mary O'Connell. Kerry now going late on, looking for another score before the referee blows for final time. Caoimhe Evans. Evans has weaved her way through. Nice release towards Ella Tehan. Tehan has taken a step or two too many. It's going to be a free, and the free is for Wexford. Wexford have managed to keep this ball alive through Rachel Bennett. Bennett has found the advancing Clara Donnelly, centre half back on the Wexford team. Donnelly, nice little ball, and Wexford are bringing it all the way down the field of play towards a second half replacement for them. Sarah Carroll hasn't worked out. It's going to be a free. The free is for Kerry, and it has been taken through Megan O'Connell. O'Connell looking for the return pass, and she has it, and that is enough at the office this afternoon. It's been a very convincing performance delivered by Kerry. They go through easily as winners here this afternoon at Fitzgerald Stadium in Killarney, and winners of Division 2A of the Lidl National Football League, and with that it means a semi-final outing next weekend. Final scoreline, an impressive one. Kerry 6-14, Wexford 2-7.